Well, welcome again to another exciting episode of Everything Star Wars. Today, I'm here, and you're there, and maybe tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that, and the week, and the months, if you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell down below so I can give you everything that is Star Wars. Today, we're going to do questions for creators. And I've done a lot of them, and if you haven't seen any of them, you've missed out on a lot of great YouTube creators. I'll put the link in the comment section below, so in case you missed any, you could check them all out. And today, the questions I have is for a channel called That Junkman. You've never heard of That Junkman? That's why I'm doing this. So channels that you've never heard of before, people you might never have heard of before, who I follow, can now be a part of your community, our community. Help them grow. I asked him 5 questions, and I thought it was very interesting, his answers. I don't want to get into his channel because he definitely explains what his channel's all about. It's very thorough. Great interview here, I guess you could kind of say. So here he is, That Junkman, with no further delay. 5 questions about his channel and what he thinks is Star Wars. Let's get into it.
Hello, everything with Star Wars. It's me, That Junkman, here to do a video for Rob. He wants me to tell you all about my YouTube channel, why I like Star Wars, and more. So let's answer some of these questions Rob has for the Junkman. And of course, you're probably asking yourself, what the hell is a Junkman? Anyway, let's get to it. First up, what's the name of the channel? That Junkman, formerly known as Star Wars Junk, but since January 1st, we have retitled to That Junkman. And I often say we, but it's just me and my toys. And what is it about? Me and my toys. Well, not really. I would say we're 90 to 95% Star Wars. There I go again, using that we. Not sure why. But 90% of the time, talk about Star Wars. From the movies, mostly keep it to the original trilogy, but we do dive into the prequels and the new stuff also. And talk a lot about the vintage Star Wars Kenner toys. And by vintage, I mean from 1978 to 1985. 90 stuff is not vintage. I'm sorry, it's not vintage. But I also do classic television reviews. Yeah, I did a review of Homes and Yo-Yos. I bet you don't see anyone else doing that on YouTube. Talk classic movies, pop culture, mostly anything that I grew up with, I'll end up talking about it. But like I said, mostly looking back at stuff I grew up with, like toys and pop culture of the 80s. What got me started in YouTube? Pure boredom. Sitting around not doing anything. But to make this a little more interesting, I will tell you a fact. I went to see Kevin Smith live. I'm sure most of you know who Kevin Smith is, director of Cop Out. Anyway, I went to see him and he talked about how, hey, if you're passionate about doing something, just do it. Don't worry about if anyone's going to listen. Get on a podcast. If no one listens, at least do it. Go out there and do it. Quit talking about doing stuff. And me and a buddy of mine, we always talk about doing stuff and we never do it. Well, I figured since I already had a Star Wars Junk Twitter account, so why not cross over to YouTube? Mostly it started with just throwing up Star Wars news, but it slowly progressed into That Junkman, where I get to talk about anything I want to talk about. That's why I don't like to limit myself just to Star Wars, where I like to have the freedom to talk about whatever I want to talk about. So I like to credit Kevin Smith as pushed me to finally get out there and make YouTube videos. I mean, I was kind of doing videos before that, but I was just, like I said, I was just reposting trailers or reposting news articles and stuff like that. He really pushed me to say, hey, I'm tired of just sitting around, let's go do something different. What got me into Star Wars? That's a lot harder to answer because I've always been into Star Wars. Well, since I've seen it, since I saw it when I was 5 years old. So it's really hard for me to say what got me into Star Wars. The only thing that got me into Star Wars was getting me into the theater to see Star Wars. Since then, I fell in love. I guess a good question could be, why do I still love Star Wars? Well, that's harder to answer also. A lot of people say, hey, Junkman, Star Wars is just a movie. No, Star Wars isn't just a movie. Star Wars is part of my DNA. Star Wars makes me who I am. Everything I am today good or bad, is because of Star Wars. Well, not just because of Star Wars. I mean, there's other things in my life that formed who I am also, but Star Wars isn't just a movie. It surrounds us, it binds us, it is Star Wars. And that was his next question, why do I like it so much? I can't sit here and tell you that Star Wars are the best movies ever made, but look at me, I'm surrounded by Star Wars stuff. Sure, I've seen better movies, but I've never seen movies that inspired me and touched me and changed me and shaped me as much as Star Wars has. And the next question is, what do I think about the state of Star Wars? I think it's great. I know some of the other YouTubers are going to tell you how much they hate Star Wars now, and they hate Kathleen Kennedy, and they hate Disney, and they hate Lucasfilm. Hate. Life's too short to be hating. Do I like every Star Wars movie ever released? No, I don't. Can't say I hate them, but I wasn't a huge fan of the prequels, although I can watch them and enjoy them for what they are. As for the new stuff, yeah, I like them. Are they as great as the original trilogy? No way. Nothing can compete to the original trilogy because I grew up as a kid watching those. But I can go into the theater, have 2 hours of fun, and enjoy Star Wars. And by the look of what's coming, there's a lot of stuff to get excited about besides Episode 9. I mean, look at The Mandalorian. I'm more excited about that than I am Episode 9. And yes, this is coming from a fan of The Last Jedi. Next question is, how can it be fixed? Well, I don't know if anything needs to be fixed. I think the biggest problem now is the Phantom. It seems to be split. During the prequels, we were almost, or 90% of us, it seemed like, was on agreement that the prequels wasn't what we hoped for. But now it seems it's more 50-50 on how Star Wars is going. I don't really see a fix. If you don't like the movies and you feel getting on YouTube and screaming at the camera will help Star Wars move in a direction that you feel is better for it, then go ahead, scream into the camera. I personally can't find myself to sit up here in front of a camera day after day talking about something I'm not in love with anymore. But we all make channels for different reasons. So how can it be fixed? I don't know if it needs to be fixed. If you're not happy with the movies, I'm sorry, but hey, go to the next one with an open mind, and you might enjoy it. Who knows? Episode 9, all these people that hate Episode 9, they may love it. And people like me that loved Episode 8, they may hate 9. And we'll all be back in the same boat, just a little switcheroo. But don't really think anything needs to be fixed, per se. What would I like to see in Episode 9? Now, this is something I try not to do, and that's to get in my head what I want to see or expect in the next movie. I think for some people, not all, for some, that lets them down. I know a lot of people that had this whole vision of Luke Skywalker kicking ass with his lightsaber in Episode 8 that were very disappointed. Although I was screaming for a year on Twitter, Luke Skywalker's not going to have a fight scene. At least nothing major like that. So I like to go in not really expecting much, thinking whatever happens, it's going to be new to me. So I'm not going to be let down to something that I hope happens doesn't happen. But as a Star Wars fan, I do debate what I think will happen in Episode 9. And I don't really have a long list here of stuff I want to see what happens. I only have one thing I hope doesn't happen. And that is seeing Kylo Ren turn good, or redeeming itself. Kylo Ren has had 2 chances so far to show that he can turn back to the light side. On that first chance, he killed Han Solo. And you never come back from killing Han Solo. And do you think Chewbacca's going to hang out with the guy after he kills Han Solo? I don't. We always seen with Anakin someone go to the dark side and come back at the end. We've seen that. So my only hope going into Episode 9 is that we don't get a rehash of Anakin Skywalker and Kylo Ren. Let Kylo Ren die, and he better die, a villain. Let him go out as evil as he is. Well, that's about all I have to say. Hope you enjoy this, and I hope you'll check out my channel, That Junkman. If you can't remember that, go to thatjunkman.com. Links to all my social media, YouTube, and everything can be found right there. Plus, you can buy some cool shirts. And thank you, Rob, for having me on the show. And I hope you have a lot of success with your awesome YouTube channel.
So that was That Junkman. I have subscribed to his channel, as I have every single creator that has been on this channel. All the questions for creators, I've subscribed to them all. And I think they've all subscribed to me. Maybe 1 or 2 haven't, but I think the majority of them have. And with that being said, there are a lot more to go. Trust me, my email has a ton more. And I promise, just be patient. You're coming. Your name is coming. I got weeks of this stuff, weeks of footage, weeks of videos, tons of creators wanting to be on this show. And I'm more than welcome to have you, and I'm way honored to have them all. So make sure you check out that Junkman, hit the subscribe and notification bell. The link is in the comment section below. If you haven't checked out any other creators, that link of all of them that I've done to this point, there's many more to go, is in the comment section below. And with that being said, if you're a creator and you want to be a part of this, I'd be honored to have you, no matter what your channel is about. Any kind of creator, don't be shy. This is your opportunity to shine, to put your channel out there, and so other people can come check out your channel. All you have to do, hit this email right down below here, ESW1977@yahoo.com, ESW1977@yahoo.com. Check my description. I have a PayPal if you want to sponsor my channel. I wanted to give a shout out to Tommy Juice, who gave me $5, which helped me get a microphone for my PlayStation 4, which I kind of can't use at this current time because I borrowed it. So I have the microphone and I have a camera. I just don't have the PlayStation 4 because I had to give it back. So hopefully I can get back into gaming. And I got Spider-Man as a Christmas gift. So what good is Spider-Man and Star Wars and the camera and all this if I don't have the PlayStation itself? Whatever. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Check out that Junkman. Subscribe to both his channel, my channel. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time on Everything Star Wars. Thank you for coming. Thank you for visiting. You have a great day. Stay warm out there. Be good. See you soon. We'll do a live stream. I'll check you then.